We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. To throw is Rodgers. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now Castle. That's complete to Baker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Castle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, the great coach has said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, and that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 15. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break the...
Now into a sea of defenders and intercepted. He's to the 10.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, a pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points in the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Baker. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Elijah Higgins
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been an awfully slow and I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Rodgers going to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. He tried to do it himself, but couldn't find his way to the marker. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Castle looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the first down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Castle. He'll get this to Baker. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Elijah Higgins. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jets have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop this. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On play action, it's Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Now Rodgers. Completes it to Lee. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Rodgers to throw once more. He's got Lee again, complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Jalen Reagor,
A 5-yard touchdown.
and the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 64 yards.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Now it's Rodgers.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Elijah Higgins
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy.
because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing is Rodgers.
This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
A little juke, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down of the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun?
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Now 2nd and 9.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
That'll be caught. Rager with it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Rodgers. This ball complete to Rager. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now a handoff up the middle. Bennett.
And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Looking to throw. Rodgers. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bennett. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. That'll go for a gain. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man. Complete. That's Baker. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
He finds his rookie wideout from Tennessee.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Dolphins 17.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Now Castle. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Here's Castle. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Castle throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead,
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here.
already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Castle firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll set up to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And it's caught. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But, CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lee. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Lee. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. It's Bennett. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Rodgers going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
To throw is Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed the 1 touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He finds Parker.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And this offense on third down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
That is caught, and he goes out right around the 39. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Bennett. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards on the play.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Completes it to Lee. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Now a handoff up the middle. Bennett. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Rodgers. Caught left side, Bennett. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jalen Warren.
36 yards.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion.
Are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Castle.
He'll get this to Baker.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down. Stay in bounds. Keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw here. And he lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football. At the 37-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he fires one incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down, 10 yards to go.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 6.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left.
Now he's loose again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Elijah Higgins,
33 yards.
And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way they're
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Warren, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start.